Isn't it weird how things work out? I just got the KZ off the bike bench, so because I now turned it into like a worktop, I rearranged and tidied up all my garage again. And no doubt I disturbed a screw or a nail, because I walked into it this morning to find, yep, a puncture. Now the weird thing is, it happened to me last year. I was just trying to get the last out of the rear tyre because the front wore quicker, so I'd already replaced the front. As you know, I'm trying the Roadtech 01s out. But there was too much left on my rear to waste. Not quite at the tread wear indicator. There's about 2.5mm left on that. So I thought I might just get the border strip out of it. Get that at the end of April. And then get it changed to the 01 for our Germany trip in May. But yeah, I'm forced to do it now, which, fair enough. I was trying to wear it out and that's one way of doing it. The weird thing is though, same thing happened last year, almost to the day. I think it was the 11th of April I got a puncture last year. And I hadn't had a puncture for years. Weird, isn't it? But there we go. Bikes do these things to you, so I'll get that sorted. The only problem is, I can't get it on the centre stand because I've sprained my ankle playing football with my grandson, and I can't press on my stand. So I'm just going to grab my neighbour who's a biker also, and no doubt he'll give me a hand, and I'll get the wheel off and the new rear Metzler on. Okay, so just as an afterthought, I thought I'd do another video on removing the rear wheel. I've done bits and pieces before, but when I got a message from somebody who'd watched my real-time removal and said he couldn't see a lot. That was mainly because I was doing it just to show you how long it takes. So I'm going to do another one just to go through all the areas you need to undo. The obvious ones are the 5 19mm nuts there. You then have to deal with moving the exhaust, and the first thing you do is to remove these two bolts here, that one and that one. And within here, I'll show you shortly, there is a clip that goes in, a boss into a slot, and also we've got one of these little push pins there. We've then got the exhaust bolt itself, because that exhaust has got to slide out of the way to allow the wheel to come out. And then we've got the little one underneath where the can meets the downpipes. That one will want to spray with some releasing fluid. It's always going to be a bit stiff. There's a gasket in there. You might get away with not changing it. Just be careful when you pull the exhaust to one side. So I'll take this panel off first and give you a bit more detail on that. So there's the panel off, the side panel. Just 2 5mm Allen bolts. There's some little collars there as well. Make sure you don't lose them. And there's that little push pin that was right underneath. But the one to watch for, as I mentioned before, is you'll be left with that to pull out. That clip there, which goes into that boss there, or slot, whatever you want to call it. And also, so there's some little tabs that slot into those holes there. Now the reason we take that panel off is because we need some slack on this flapper valve cable. So we just hang that a bit loose so that when we undo the exhaust, it will fall away from the wheel and give us a little bit of room to get the wheel out. So that's a 12mm bolt I've taken out of the exhaust with a domed nut on the other side, and I've just stuck a screwdriver in there to hold it whilst I release it from the downpipes. And the one underneath is an awkward little 10mm. Get my ratchet spanner on that one. Can't film and do it at the same time. Anyway, I think that's loose enough. So what should happen now, I'm going to do it one-handed, if I can, I'm going to release this spanner, this screwdriver should I say, take the weight of the exhaust, and that should drop, and it pulls away like that. See how it's pulled away? And that will allow me to get the wheel out. Should just hold it on the cable there, but you might want to chock it with something if you're worried about it. But it does come away quite a distance. Let me get another angle. There you go, there's a better view of it, I think. I'll just get those wheel nuts off now. You could do the wheel nuts first, of course, but with the exhaust out the way, it's just easy to get a wrench. I'm using an impact wrench. It's not a powerful one, it's just a cheap little one, so it brings them off quite easily. Got one of those protective sockets, so it won't damage anything. Just get the nuts off now, but obviously I'll torque them on when we torque wrench. I think it's 108 Nm, but I'll put it up there on the screen. They're all off now, and that should just pull off. There we go. Bit of a wiggle, just catching on the nuts there, but a little wiggle and it'll be off. So there we are, job done, pretty straightforward. And here's the culprit there. Okay, well, I hope that helps. I'll get on with this now. Catch up with you soon. Bye.